On July 25, 2000, the world's fastest passenger plane, a marvel of engineering known as Concorde, met its demise in a tragic accident. This event not only shook the aviation industry to its core, but also raised critical questions about safety measures and the pursuit of speed. Today we delve deep into the heart of this catastrophe to uncover the real story behind the crash that took 109 innocent lives. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and show your support. And let's jump right into it. July 25, 2000 dawned as a seemingly ordinary day at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. The summer sun beat down on the tarmac as Air France Flight 4590, a Concorde supersonic jetliner, prepared for takeoff bound for New York City. For those fortunate enough to be on board, the flight promised luxury and speed. With a top speed of Mach 2.04, crossing the Atlantic had never been faster. But fate had a sinister twist in store. Aboard the aircraft were 100 passengers, many of them German tourists eager to explore the Big Apple. Along with 9 crew members ready to ensure their journey was nothing short of exceptional. Little did they know that this flight would be remembered not for its luxury or speed, but for the catastrophic events that unfolded just minutes after takeoff. As the mighty Concorde roared down the runway, the skilled pilot at the helm raced towards the horizon, eager to begin the transatlantic voyage. The Concorde was not merely an aircraft, it was a legend. Its sleek design and unparalleled speed made it a darling among aviation enthusiasts, and a status symbol among the elite. Since its inception, the Concorde had held the title of the world's fastest commercial airplane, traversing continents in record time and leaving behind a sonic boom that echoed its power. But behind the scenes, whispers of concern lingered among some quarters. Despite its technological brilliance, the Concorde's operational costs were staggering, and its loud sonic boom drew criticism from environmental groups. Nevertheless, on that fateful day in July 2000, none of these concerns overshadowed the excitement of Flight 4590's passengers. They had paid top dollar for this experience, eager to feel the thrill of supersonic travel. In the cockpit, the pilots, Captain Christian Marty and his first officer, 27-year-old Gerard Bainey, went through their pre-takeoff routine with practiced precision. Marty, an experienced pilot with over 21,000 flight hours under his belt, exuded calm confidence. Beside him, Benetti, relatively new to the Concorde, listened intently, soaking in his captain's insights. Their camaraderie was evident as they exchanged glances, their shared passion for flying uniting them. As the massive Concorde hurtled down the runway at Charles de Gaulle Airport, its 4 powerful engines generated immense thrust, propelling the jetliner forward at breathtaking speed. In a matter of seconds, the aircraft picked up speed, gliding smoothly, devouring the tarmac beneath it. The Concorde was airborne. The pilots and passengers alike breathed a collective sigh of relief as the jet skimmed above the clouds. Flight 4590 was underway. Little did they know that their moment of joy would soon turn into a nightmare. At 14:30 local time, the doomed Concorde soared majestically into the sky, its powerful engines humming with power, carrying with it hopes, dreams, and lives of those on board. But lurking unseen, a malevolent force waited. Just moments earlier, a Continental Airlines DC-210 had taken off from the same runway. As it climbed into the sky, a piece of metal from its left main landing gear detached, leaving behind a menacing trail. Unbeknownst to the crew of the DC-10, this discarded metal would soon become the harbinger of doom for Air France Flight 4590. Meanwhile, oblivious to the danger lurking below, Captain Marty and First Officer Benetti engaged in casual conversation, discussing the possibility of reaching New York even earlier than scheduled. Their banter was lighthearted, their spirits high, for they were piloting the fastest commercial aircraft in the world. At 14:31, mere seconds before disaster struck, a thin strip of metal, just 3 inches long, and half an inch wide, lay innocently on the runway, a silent threat waiting to be unleashed. As Flight 4590 continued its ascent, destiny took an ominous turn. As the Concorde surged forward, its left tire made contact with the wayward piece of metal. Little did the crew know that this seemingly insignificant event would trigger a chain reaction leading to unimaginable consequences. The tire shuddered upon impact, but held firm. Had it been traveling slightly slower, the damage might have been negligible. But the Concorde's incredible speed magnified the force, causing the tire to explode. Within a split second, the Concorde's left wing had torn open, revealing the turbulent chaos of the engine's inner workings. As the aircraft raced through the air at Mach 1.4, the damaged wing posed a grave risk. The injured wingtip sliced through the air, sending a shockwave rippling through the aircraft's fuselage. The pilots immediately recognized the gravity of the situation. They needed to land the damaged plane as soon as possible, but as they wrestled with the controls, the extent of the damage became horrifyingly clear. The wounded wing was far more compromised than they had initially thought. The rapidly deteriorating situation demanded immediate action. The pilots knew that the safety of everyone on board hinged on their next moves. With split-second precision, they radioed a mayday call, alerting the control tower to their dire straits. In the cockpit, the pilots raced against time, desperately trying to regain control of the stricken Concorde. The task was monumental. The Concorde was not designed to fly with such a gaping hole in its wing. Yet they fought valiantly, determined to keep the aircraft aloft. But the odds were stacked against them. As the minutes ticked by, the damaged wing grew increasingly unstable, threatening to rip away entirely. The pilots struggled to compensate, their every move a desperate attempt to keep the plane in the sky. But the forces acting on the wounded wing proved too strong. With a sickening tear, the wing separated from the fuselage, sending a shower of debris into the sky. The remaining 3 engines roared in protest as the Concorde, now critically underpowered, began a terrifying descent. The passengers inside the cabin were thrown violently forward as the aircraft plummeted earthward. The screams of terror echoed inside the cabin as the passengers realized the grim reality of their fate. The once majestic Concorde, a symbol of human ingenuity and speed, was hurtling toward the ground at a terrifying velocity. The realization that their flight was not just delayed, but had taken a turn for the worse sent a chill down their spines. As the Concorde tore through the sky, its path took it dangerously close to residential areas. The residents of Gonze, a small town nestled in the suburbs of Paris, were caught in the shadow of impending disaster. The roaring of engines reverberated through the neighborhood, shattering the tranquility of a summer afternoon. In the midst of the commotion, a group of school children stood transfixed, staring in awe and fear as the flaming Concorde streaked across the sky, their innocence juxtaposed against the horror unfolding above. At 14:33, just 2 minutes after the wing had ripped off, the Concorde, engulfed in flames, crashed into a hotel in Gonesse, bringing an abrupt end to Flight 4590. The impact was catastrophic. The blazing wreckage of the Concorde tore through the air, leaving behind a fiery trail that illuminated the horror of the situation. As the burning debris rained down onto the town, the residents of Gonze watched in disbelief as their peaceful neighborhood transformed into a scene of a nightmare. In the aftermath of the crash, the once proud Concorde lay in smoldering ruins, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. The site of the crash became a somber memorial, a place where the dreams and aspirations of those on board had come crashing down. The immediate aftermath of the Concorde crash sent shockwaves around the globe. The world reeled in disbelief as news of the crash and loss of 109 lives spread like wildfire. The Concorde, once a symbol of technological achievement and speed, was now synonymous with tragedy. As the dust settled, investigators embarked on a meticulous journey to unravel the cause of the disaster. Every piece of debris, every eyewitness account was scrutinized in an effort to piece together the puzzle that led to this catastrophic event. Their mission was daunting, but their determination was unwavering. Among the wreckage, a crucial piece of evidence emerged, a small piece of metal that turned out to be the missing link in this deadly chain of events. The investigation revealed a series of unfortunate events that had culminated in the tragic crash of Flight 4590, the Continental DC-10. During an earlier takeoff, had lost a piece of its tire which lay abandoned on the runway at Charles de Gaulle Airport. This tire fragment, unnoticed and unaddressed, would soon play a pivotal role in the disaster. When Air France Flight 4590 took off minutes later, the Concorde's left tire made contact with the abandoned tire debris on the runway. This impact, though seemingly minor, caused a slow leak in the tire. However, the aircraft's speed, coupled with the fact that the Concorde was designed to withstand bird strikes, not debris ingestion, led to a catastrophic rupture of the tire. The burst tire then unleashed a deluge of rubber and steel fragments, which upon hitting the wing's leading edge, initiated a rapid decompression of the wing's fuel tanks. The ruptured fuel lines spewed jet fuel into the air, creating a fireball that engulfed the aircraft's underside. In seconds, the fire spread, engulfing the entire aircraft and plunging the passengers and crew into a fiery inferno. The Concorde, known for its speed and sophistication, was brought down by an unexpected and preventable cause, a mundane piece of debris that should have been cleared from the runway. The retirement of the Concorde marked the end of an era in aviation. Supersonic jet, once a marvel of engineering, had met its match in a runway mishap. Its legacy now intertwined with tragedy, serving as a reminder of the unforgiving nature of aviation. In the aftermath of the crash, the world grappled with profound questions about safety measures and the allure of speed. The incident prompted a thorough review of airport maintenance protocols, debris clearance procedures, and aircraft design. It was a wake-up call that even the most advanced technology was not immune to the perils of negligence. Today, as we reflect on the Concorde, we remember not only its pioneering spirit, but also the lives that were lost. Forever etching this date, July 25th, 2000, in the annals of aviation history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and show your support. I will see you in the next one.